Welcome to another episode of NoWrongConvos. I'm here with the crew. And we have a new member. In fact, let everybody, introduce themselves.
Yeah.
Side by side, because we have been doing this introduction. So let them introduce themselves one by one. Let's start with.
What up, Shodee here, aka Big Engine. You know the vibe.
Yeah. OG strings still, yeah.
And I'm Bond. And we have a guest today.
Tari. Thanks for having me, guys.
Wow.
It's cool. Everything is popping. I'm loving it. I love this.
This one, Android DJ YK.
So today we have a very interesting topic. We always come with better gist, better things to talk about, not in regular shit. But today we want to talk about connection. We want to talk about what brings people together. We want to talk about, what the connections that get you in life, get you ahead in life, So let's start.
That's like the importance of connection. Right?
Well, just connection. Let's start with connections in general. Then, we can go into the importance or non-importance depending on what side you get into it. But, let's talk about connections, what the importance or lack of in connections in in business, in family, this thing. But first of all, let's talk about Nigeria, and like we say, is connection necessary in Nigeria? Is it important? Is it a let's go for it.
So before we go into whether it's important, right? Let's even go with the background, right? What is a connection, right? Connection pretty much is when you want to do something, right? You want to get a gig, you want to get a job, you want to get an admission somewhere, you want to, whatever it is, right? And then obviously there's always going to be people who are vying for that same position, right?
Yeah.
You can be as good as the person.
You have leverage.
You understand?
Yeah.
What is that leverage? So how do you get that leverage, right? And there are levels. So I think it all starts from family, right?
Basically, yeah. The family is your first
connection. The family you're from, that's your first connection, right? When you come from a good family, right, your name would always open doors for you, pretty much, right? Second point is schools. I'm pretty sure growing up, our parents wanted us to go to certain schools. They would break their backs, pay expensive school fees, not just for quality education, but just so that we could have classmates who this is this person, this is that person, and all of that, right? So from your primary school to your secondary school to university, alumni, to NYSC, you're like, I want to be in Lagos Campo, I want to be in Oyo Campo, I want to be in Abuja, I want to be in this, I want to be in that.
I feel like, sorry to cut you short, but I'll pick church over school because certain people didn't go to school, but a lot of people have a lot of religious backgrounds, whether you're Muslim or Christian.
So you try to tell me, say the OG now.
Hey.
I'm gonna leave OG. I don't understand. I don't know anything about OG. No, but the truth is, as much as I agree with Shodee, I feel like, it's church first for me. You understand? Because I feel like like you said, a lot of parents will break their back for schools and all that. But let's talk about.
So what you're trying to tell us now is that you go to most of your business connects, most of your most influential connections from church.
No, I won't say that. But when it comes to, there's there's a skill. There's like an hierarchy to it. You understand? And I feel, like you rightly said, first is your family. Second is church or mosque, your religion, because that is basically what connects every African.
No, because for me, I would think that, personally, from my own experience, I've gone to church since I was small. And
even before you knew school, though.
But I've not had business connections through church. Or have not had advantageous connections through church. Maybe other people have. Maybe they have been only.
So I think these connections grew on you.
So the reason why I agree with what he's saying with school is because straight away, if you are somewhere and you are trying to see that person you went to school with, right? you associate with that person faster than that person. And say, oh, that guy na my church guy.
What about those that didn't go to school?
No, it doesn't have to be. So the truth about it is if you didn't go to school, then something has to replace.
Yeah.
But if for a lot of people, which is why the school you went to, right? For my parents, for instance, I know I had an aunt that told my mother, like, what was she trying to feel like, taking us to Corona or pushing us to Corona? Because at the time it was almost like, why are you spending this money? What is the, what are you trying to? But the thing is, now there are lots of places where you go. There's lots of there's a network I'm open to, right? That I would not have
just by virtue of your school,
they're saying people that I know automatically.
That makes sense. Though.
But let me come in here. But I think they're both right because I mean, like Will said, I've experienced the school side of it firsthand. You understand? You're growing up at the time when they're gonna say we're old.
Like I said, they don't know already.
Yeah, you don't understand. We're aging with grace.
At that time, federal schools were like, they were like the shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then we had the private schools that weren't even much anyway. Then we know, those private schools were a step ahead.
True.
Some form of exclusivity to it. Right. Then I've also actually experienced, some churches, right, where they have like an intentional approach to networking, right? So even as much as you're a printer, you're sorted, you print the stuff for the church, you understand, you make clothes. So I mean, you guys are. I agree with both.
So you see why I mentioned. So there's a reason why I mentioned. There's a reason why I mentioned church. I'll give you an example. I have a friend who, in their village, I think they have there's this sort of attendance in the village church. You must attend the village church and be active in the church for you to eventually get buried if you die eventually. You understand?
Okay.
In the mortuary provided by by the church. You understand? So the church owns basically the burial. You understand?
Okay.
Right there. So now this person does not go to the village. Has no ties, but his parents are very active. You understand? Now he has no business with the church, doesn't know what's happening there. But when his parents passed, you understand, he was able to bury them there, which was the right thing to do because of his parents' affiliation to the church. You understand? So now you can't say he got that connect from school. That connect was I'll call it pre-connect from his parents. You understand, that were active at the church. And you also have a lot of examples where you have parents where
but that was also family connection.
Family basically.
Exactly. I get what you mean.
So because
going back
that
to
is still family.
it's not about what you mean. So going back to what you said, though, I mean, I like family is like literally the foundation,
basically,
of whatever it is.
Yeah.
But me, I want to say something, and I want to say something that sometimes, he was saying something about family and the surname, but that's also sometimes also can be negative. It can come with a pressure.
Yeah.
It can come with an expectation.
Expectations.
It can come with so you reach like you say, you reach a certain place, you say your surname or you say your something. So certain time I go for some meetings and I'm using Bond constantly just because I know the expectations would change if I was to say my name before. So I think that is...
It's a double-edged sword.
It's a double-edged sword. It's very... So if you look at it, so the families... And another thing about families, I know a man, for instance, right? Very connected man. And I know this happens to a lot of Yoruba men, right? They would not introduce their sons or something to people in fear of... in fear of them not meeting up.
Living in the father's
making
shadow.
them work for it.
Yes, almost like
basically living in the father's shadow.
Yes, basically, don't come and mess me.
Yeah.
Do you get? I don't work hard. This guy sees me in this light. Now you say, okay, you want to do some work. You want me to come and push your work there. But you can't get there. You come and dirty me. Do you get? So you have a lot of people that I know. One guy, for instance, his dad had told his sons, like, look, you know, you will go and hustle. You know, if the
but
soup don't cook, I can help you.
So that's
direct
the funny thing, right? Most families, especially when you're doing something that they don't feel is like. I remember in one of our episodes where we're talking about dog walking, right? So no parent will want to take it like, my son or my daughter is a dog walker. But the second that person you get is making money, is on magazines, is on billboards. You know,
there was a guy, a dog walker in Jan. There was a dog walker in Jan.
And even now, that's that point in time, you call somebody, say, I know this guy has dogs. Don't your dogs need to be what?
There was a dog walker in Jan, right, that did a video. It went viral. Whereby it was like, I don't they walk dog, but they make money, £100 to walk dog or something like that. John, a cat, right?
No, it was a cat. And
it was a cat, and it was referencing to the Nigerians, seeing cats as witches, and probably he even said they had killed a lot of cats.
Yeah, right? That's what made him lose the job.
He actually lost the job, exactly. You know, so
which was dumb. Which was dumb on his part, anyways.
Okay, so I want to twist it a bit, right? Okay, I mean, if you ask the average guy, I mean, also I work hard, fine, but how do you identify the connection?
Okay.
Do you understand?
That's very interesting.
So before we go into that question, right, I wanted to add, two more places that I feel help with connections. So you have your recreational societies, people you play football with, people you play basketball with, Eco Club, all those type of
Eco Club.
Yeah, like people literally join, for those things. Another one, which I think is quite interesting, which is also part of family, but is marriage. The second you marry into a certain family,
opens you up to another.
You get me?
But do you see that? Do you see that as
yes, I am
unethical?
I'm very happily married.
That's good.
You see that? It's not. It's not.
Hey, nobody's.
You don't see that as unethical because the truth about it is that not a bit of taking away from the essence of marriage itself? It's like there's a bit of cynicism. There's a bit of calculation.
Yeah, but that was but if you read,
I know it's always happened. We know it's always
marriage was basically let's end wars here, let's strengthen ourselves here, and all of that. I'll give you an example. I don't know if you've seen the documentary on Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Because I was always fascinated.
I need to see
how on earth did Arnold, who's an Austrian,
become the governor?
And then I realized that he was married to JFK's niece, the Kennedy.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
Do you understand? So like, you getting married to a Kennedy already opens you up
doors,
to
everything.
You are already in there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Underground connection.
You get me, right? So when I saw that, I was like, wow, okay, I see it now.
So that makes sense. I mean, I agree with you. And then, that marriage thing, it seems a little, seems very calculated. It seems very draconian. But it is, I know there's a guy that I know that would say that I lie, he would never marry a poor person. And true, and he's married now, he never married a poor person. And sometimes when you see his guy's life, you look at this guy, you like this guy, he said it and he came through and he's living that soft life. Like,
A
lot of people fake it. But even till date, like people still do arranged marriages.
Yeah, mostly the elite. If your dad is not anybody,
that's it. Like,
but
they
the
already
point
paid them.
is, you see a lot of those marriages don't work.
Come to the next thing,
Eventually.
which is how do you identify a useful connection? All these things we've mentioned.
Yeah.
My wife always says me all the time because I'll go out, I work from home, and then, when in the evenings until I go out, and it's like, wait, I say, I'm going to network. You say, you're going to go and drink beer.
Exactly. I was going to say the same thing. You see, my wife,
that's the assumption.
My wife does not believe I make any connects when I go out.
Yeah.
Because you see, the funny thing is, to be honest, a lot of us are one phone call away from that connect.
Yeah.
You see, most times when a
life.
lot of us say, like, for example, your cat died, there's just one person you can call that can bail you out of that situation.
Yeah.
You don't need to go out of your house. But you see, most times when we go out, but you see, for me, I've had examples where, I stepped out and actually made that connection. Yeah. But you see, it's not a regular thing. So out of 100%, you go out, 30%, you hit that chance.
The way I even look at
the other 70, you just enjoy
the way I even
yourself.
look at this, and I'm even saying it with the risk of her watching this, is
You know she's going to see this.
Please forgive me.
No, I mean, I'm a very honest person. I like to believe. Is that, look, you can't tell. I met Shodee a while ago. I didn't know what was going to happen when the day we met each other and said, Kiniko. It took another while before we even took numbers. We first was just, hey, that guy, I know him, Alpha Baba, hey. So, and then you have to build. Yeah. So, which is the kind of thing I feel like, look, first of all, right, you need to be in a certain space. You need to be in a certain situation. Yeah. Someone who can, so it's not necessarily that you go out and then that guy that is going to give you that $100 million contract, he's just going to tell you that night, say, have been waiting for you. Yes. Sign here.
No, you see the funny thing is, has this stuff ever happened to you before, where you regularly are in the same space with this person, but you can never identify their face until something connects you guys together? Yeah, because I remember I remember meeting Shodee as well. We used to, back in the days, we used to just see and hail, and we just as guys. And then when we met, I mean, when I met him eventually, like one-on-one, like we sat down to have a one-on-one discussion, it was through a friend. You understand? So it's so
at that point in time you go, so yeah, man, this guy.
You understand? Then you don't really know them until you know them. That's how it happens.
Facts. You see, I was actually going to reflect on the genesis of NoWrongConvos, right? And it's literally connections. Like, do you know how I met Shodee? Do you remember the day we met?
Just meet no. How did you meet Bond? How did you meet Bond?
I'll get you.
Shodee was feeling cool, like all of them want to know me. They want to know me.
I'll get to everybody. Trust me, I'll get to everybody. Yeah. So.
No, please don't discuss how we met. Our meeting was not.
So
we don't have to discuss
how. Me and Bond's history. For all you guys know, you'll be surprised. I think Bond, we've known each other for like 8 years now, right? About. Wow. It's so funny. I met him through my ex. So.
Are you going to elaborate on that, or should just move on?
No. I think we should save that for the next episode.
The next episode. But, so I went to Shodee Sports, right? Cabin, by the way, the cabin. Yeah. And
shout out to cabin.
Shout out to cabin. And I was just walking and he just came in like, yo, Dante, how fun? I'm like, I'm not Dante. But I know who you're talking about. Oh my God. That's my friend. We stayed together, stayed with him for a bit, so Dante is my brother, bro. Yeah. You understand? So immediately you said it, I knew it was him you were talking about. Because it wasn't the first time. I was like, I'm not Dante, dude. But I know what you're talking about. And that's how I was like, really? So we just vibe, and that was the beginning of.
If I call you Dante, you know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're
talking about. Hey, Dante.
No, Dante. Shout out Dante.
So, let's go.
I met Bond through my my ex-girlfriend.
Are we going back here?
No,
we left here. We moved on now.
Okay, sorry.
Let's take it back. Way back.
I own a risky business. No, tell them.
Let's keep that.
So I think from the reason why I stressed meeting you guys individually, is I think as much as there's the importance of connection exists, right? Mm-hmm. I think you also have to have some value.
Yeah, of course.
Do you understand? Because you can be with so many people that can actually change your life with just one decision, right? Yeah. But if they don't see any value in you, they don't see hunger. Do you understand? And a lot of people miss that point, right? In the sense that some people, human beings by nature, they just feel entitled. I know you're supposed to help me, right?
Well,
do you understand?
For me now.
Do you get? But the guy is willing to help you, but I mean, he worked for his money.
Facts.
Am I just going to throw it on you?
That's the funny
not giving me any
value. So I have this conversation all the time when people keep saying, oh, you know this person. Oh, your family knows this person. Oh, this person knows this person. Or your family friends know this person.
Suppose and
I'm like, okay, so I go to Fashola's office now and say, Fashola, help me.
Mm-hmm.
Like what
my father.
You have been able to get to that place now, and you just so help me.
I think what a lot of people miss is, you see, I mean, when it comes to connections, I feel like you have various people in your life for different reasons. Not everybody is going to help you financially Not everybody is going to help you emotionally.
Some might bring you to God.
Some might, some might have,
ruin your life with drugs.
Some might have spiritual value.
1D.
He don't.
Femi 1D.
Femi 1D. No, we'll get to Femi. Don't worry. We'll get to Femi.
Because the truth is, a lot of people would come in, and some of them would, given the chance, would take you out of depression.
Yeah.
That's some value.
Like me, I'll get you drunk. You'll be out of depression.
Yeah, Shodee would make you the most high.
Alcohol and spaghetti.
Shodee make you the most high.
He's going.
I feel so when it comes to connections, I feel like, I don't want to streamline it to one direction. I feel it's a very broad, you understand? Yeah. You need to identify the kind of connection you're having and what reason you're having that connection for. Yeah. So that you can be at peace with what comes with that connection.
Okay. Let me just follow up on what you said, and I'll talk about it from my own perspective, which is like entertainment, right? Mm-hmm. So there's two things. One, you have to always be prepared, right?
Yeah. What?
Two, out of sight is out of mind.
True.
So you see that whole networking when you're going out and everything. There are times when I say, "Oh, but I don't have an event. Why am I going out? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that?" But if you don't put yourself in that circle where this guy do you understand? And for me, I treat every show as my last show. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So that when you see me like, this guy, you killed that, I get something for you. Yeah. Do you understand? That's how it works. So it's not I'm not offering anything, I'm not bringing anything to the table. That talent has to be there, that hard work has to be there. Yeah. That dedication has to be there, whatever it is you do.
Sure. This thing you said,
that is why companies
you said about being out of the loop is it's a very, very poignant point. You might have somebody's connect. You might know them from childhood, right? But if you're not in that person's face, if you're not able, if that person can't see you, right? I know, for instance, I lived in the island for a bit, and I moved to Sule, right? And I was very happy and content in Sule, but I found out that when I moved to the island, the people were asking me, "Did you travel? Are you in this country?" Because you get and I found out that all the connections, all the
it was gone. You had to catch up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's you have to be in the face. You have to, you have to, like I say, massage.
I feel that's why. I feel like that is why. You have adverts because you need to be in the face of your clients all the time. You need to let them understand that we're still in business. Yeah. Because you see, the world evolves so fast that I can be an architect today and be a tech guy tomorrow. Yeah. So if you knew me as an architect 6 years ago and you come to me with some architectural work, I'll probably turn you down because I'm not a tech guy. Yeah. You understand? And I could be I normally would not say this, but I could be a guy today and be a lady tomorrow. What is so crazy right now? You can't cut that off. Yeah,
there's a lot of
you can't cut that off.
I was about to say, wait. I want to add something. I want to add something. I want to add something to what you said initially, and he kind of butchered this now. Yeah. Do you think being gay is also a connection?
Of course.
Are you serious?
Because we didn't mention,
especially.
My brother, wait. Whiskey was nobody
let me ask you guys something. Have you guys ever seen a broke gay guy?
See, my mom said this thing. I have a cousin that he lives abroad, and then he came out as gay, and he's doing so well. My mom was like, "Is it because he's gay?" I'm like, "But what does that have to do? The guy is doing well." I said, "No, but
because I'll tell you why. Because babes are the ultimate connect. Yeah. If babes like you, right, and the same thing with with music, right? And that's why most times when artists, when they get married, they don't like to disclose. Mm-hmm. If you just think about it, like most of the artists that you know, right, when they get married, they kind of like their fan base reduces. Yeah. Because
when they're open with it, right?
No. When you're single, right? Because every girl feels like, oh, I can get with this guy. Yeah. I can do this.
No, when you're married and you become open with it.
Yeah, the second you get married, like, and it's the same thing with the babes as well, right? It's the same thing with the babes as well. I used to work at a radio station, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember that, I had some colleagues who, when they were single, like, even like the artists, everybody wanted to get with them, blah, blah. The second they got married, like this, she don't marry Joe.
No, but that's that's where the world works. Once you're hooked with somebody, you're now somebody's property. You're not everybody's property.
Yeah, but
anymore.
I want to.
Now, I want to take you guys even to a crazier place. You brought up the gay guys, right?
Shodee's going to blow this thing up.
Being part of a cult, is that correct?
Yes.
America is called fraternity.
Bro, America is far. Nigeria, bro. You can go to a job interview and get a job. You can get a job based on.
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something.
It is what it is.
Let's put it this way. I want to believe that any organization or society that you consciously become a part of, you have a reason before doing that. So you are envisaging a connect coming out from that.
But in regards to courts, no necessarily means
it can be protection. Like I said, don't pull that canopy. You understand? Let's make it. Make it.
Yeah, go on. I agree with
you. So you're not. Where if you look at that, then we don't end the show.
Jam supposed to employ out.
Yeah,
spokesman for Jam.
Because if you
not Juma.
because if you look at me in the real sense, there are some OPC guys that joined OPC because of the connects. Now OPC, I never see any OPC billionaire. They're all right. Certain
some go even the way don't.
You understand? You understand? Some people join beer parlors. Then they begin the hang out.
So that's the thing. I mean, meanwhile,
the connect
even in that trend, if you want to join beer parlor, join Beehive. We do have.
Or some sports. It's not a beer parlor, but
it's still. I mean, my wife will still say it's a beer parlor. But anyway,
connect.
But just to connect because
upgraded beer parlor.
Also, I just wanted to say that for the ladies, stop staying at home. If you want to connect, come outside. You understand? So that they can see you.
And that's the thing. That's because that thing also. So, but that
somebody studied at the beer parlor, right?
So that connect to also goes on to, like you said, because I mean, it's the pool of people. I mean, if you're going to get married, like OG now, right? That needs a. We're just talking about.
What do you mean that needs a? It needs a what?
No,
I have a girlfriend.
No, I have reservations for what you just said. How do you do that to
Wait,
you
now you people have not let me finish what I want to say.
Yeah,
so what I want to say now is that
that's below the belt.
If you're going to meet, if you're like, for instance, say where do you meet good women, right? That's the connect. Do you understand? Like. How do you
don't get deceived? Good women are not in church anymore, so I don't understand. Where are you talking about? Okay.
Nobody said church. That's why OG.
Good women read books at the library.
Okay, but
library in the one opposite the hotel.
But their books are quite expensive.
That church is not for me. No way.
Or church Zaza.
No, don't worry. But for me, as much as and everybody has been, talking about connections and the values of it, blah blah. I'm still trapped in providing value, right? Maybe because of the way I think. Like, shout out to my mentors, my dad, my senior brother, and my boss, right? My dad is wisdom. My brother converts anything to money, bro.
Personified.
Do you understand? Whatever it is, it just makes money, right? Then my boss,
Trap King.
My boss, he lets you know, right? Or rather, he's an example of, working hard. You understand? And playing hard. You see the value of his work, right? And there was a day we were all seated together, right? And my daddy being the head, right? It was like everybody talks about luck. Like, there are a lot of people that luck has actually passed them by, right? And he goes, his definition of luck is when preparedness.
Preparation means
opportunity means
opportunity, right? And it made so much sense, so for the times past and your journey towards success, you have to have an history. You have to have
beg him.
You have to have a history, right? Some history in some way, right? So the cause of that, right? Everybody around you knows what you're good for. You're like, man, if you need this thing, it's Shodee you call.
Exactly.
If you need this thing, it's Bond you call.
Yeah.
If you need T, it's him you call. And you know, in the midst of that conversation, my boss was like, he gave an example, right? He says, if two guys come that always bugging you to help them, right? Two of them come to your office one day and want, bros, you must help us. And you're like, okay. What do you do? This guy says, I'm an accountant. And you ask the other guy, what do you do? And the guy goes, boss, anything, I'll do anything. And the guy goes,
you can't be a jack of all trades.
anything is nothing.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's so easy for him. Anybody just says, I need an accountant. He just, okay, I'll call you. He knows he's calling that guy. But if the guy that says anything, he doesn't even know where to start with him.
So it comes back to what I was saying earlier, which is, so you can meet all these people, right? But then there's nothing more annoying, right? And then this is maybe a tidbit to anyone watching out there. There's nothing more annoying as to go up to someone without anything to offer.
Zero substance.
I can do anything.
So there's nothing, and this is annoying for the person. It's even annoying for we listening to you doing it, like, or knowing about you doing, because the truth about it is, and it's very easy, you know. Tinubu just became president. I know somebody that knows, Sheikh Tinubu now, and then you just go and you say, okay, organize that meeting. And then now this person has used all his social capital to organize this meeting with Sheikh. And you're telling Sheikh that, Baba, just remember us in your government, Baba. We do here, strikers, anything we
that's waste of connect.
That's
I think basically, see, for me, what I'll say is, because I've lived in that life for a very long time.
What life? The Babao?
No, not the Babao. No, not the Babao. I was in that space where there was no identity.
Yeah.
You understand? Where you do anything. You understand? You will do anything that comes your way. And then it got to a point where, the realization comes where you know that you need an identity. You need people to identify you as something.
Yeah.
You can diversify into other stuff. Like I was listening to radio today and, somebody pointed out that you don't find a rich man that has one stream of income. They have multiple streams of income. You understand? But they have an identity regardless. You understand? You see people, the mistake people make is you see somebody who has connects with different people. And what you think is that, you just know people. No, he has an identity. He built those connects. They didn't come overnight. They didn't grow on him. A lot of people go out of their way. They fake it until they make it just to get those connects, just so that they can leverage on those connects when they're necessary. And certain people will tell you, even those connects will tell you at times, when you talk to them, they will say, only use me when necessary. Do not abuse the privilege.
Yeah.
You understand? So for me, it's a case of a lot of people these days move around without an identity. They don't know what they're doing.
It's called extraordinary doings.
Yeah.
For real. Extraordinary, bro.
Yeah. But that's important too. That's important.
Yeah.
Like you said.
You need
But
to.
I wanna give you guys a scenario. It's a true life story, right? So I don't remember what the job opening was, but for the case of the story, let's say chartered accountant, right?
Yeah.
The guy does his research and realizes that the MD of the company is an alumni of a secondary school, right? And what does he do? He puts on his suit and wears his school tie, right? And goes for the interview.
So you can identify with
Right?
That guy's
Now-
a thief.
Sharp guy.
Now, obviously, at that point, he knew that, okay, there's going to be people who are as good as I am, right? And that's the bringing value,
Yeah.
right? He didn't just go that, I don't have a degree, I don't have experience, I don't have anything, but I know if I wear this tie, you understand what I'm saying? So, pack
knows his
CV
onions,
and
though.
all of that.
Yeah.
But the MD seeing the tie caught his
Identifies
attention.
immediately, yeah.
And he's like, okay, let me see the CV.
Yeah.
Right? And obviously, he was packed and he got the job. So, what I'm saying is,
Leveraging on your identity.
leverage on your identity,
Yeah.
right? Do your research. Don't just go,
Yeah.
do you understand?
Yeah.
Just yesterday, right? Like what you were saying in terms of value, I met someone, right? And the guy walked up to me and I was like, oh, boss, I went to your secondary school, right? I'm like, okay, you have gotten my ear.
Yeah.
What else?
What are you offering?
What else are you
Yeah,
offering?
exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You know,
So-
somebody said your talent will take you far.
Of course.
but your personnel will take you further.
Yeah.
You understand?
Facts.
Because everybody can have that talent.
And that's the next thing that we also want to say. Anyone that even just having a talent sometimes is not enough.
It's
Yeah.
not
There are
enough.
loads
Never
of
enough.
people. There are
Never.
loads of people
Never.
that are talented, that are sitting down wondering why what's this?
Yeah.
You know, and then some there are the same people of less talent doing well, which is why they say it's because that person's daddy is this person, or it's because that person's. But that person, in his own turn, everybody has some sort of connect.
Yeah.
But being able to apply what you have, with, you know, what is around you.
I'll give you an example. So you can have two different marketers selling particular products. But you see, one of them would wait for the opportunity to come for him to sell that product. The other one would make the opportunity to sell the product. You understand?
That's a big difference, bro.
Huge difference, because one of them would wait to see if the kind of client that's going to purchase that product comes his way for him to pitch it to that client. But the other one is going to go
find that
look for that client. Now, one of them is going to be a better person, because the guy who has gone to look for the client will most likely get the client before the other person expecting the client to come. Makes sense.
There's a story. I think I saw it on social media. There's a guy that said he was doing something with some guy. He had a container or something to sell, and he so happened to one of the guys that he plays tennis with, and he just kind of mentioned it, or somehow that guy goes, talk to my procurement manager. We need to buy this thing anyway. Let them buy from you. So, they did that. They had a connection. So he was taking his boss to meet this guy. And he said, when they got to their office, they went through so many layers of security, or so many layers of meeting people, that he now realized that, wait, this guy is very important. There's no way. I met him. I mean, I know him playing tennis. We so happen to be playing tennis in the same, same club. Right? But ordinarily, there's no way me and this guy's path will meet. Because you go through that much security, you can't. It dawns on you that this kind of big guy.
Now because a lot of people do not. You see, the funny thing is, a lot of people downplay the kind of people they meet at hangout spots.
Yeah.
You see, I've seen somebody who is way older than I am, but normally I would never, the kind of person that you go to their office and you tell them, I want to see this person, and they're like, are you?
Like,
You didn't why?
You don't understand. Where you they come from?
This thing,
Rope no day on
this thing you guys just said, speaking about being in the right environment. I don't one joint Tisu bar, right? I did the
We're not too soon about
the
this.
price private jet for my front private jet. The buyer did it.
Extraordinary doing.
You understand? The guy that actually the middleman for the private jet, right, was a guy that called his chairman, right? Oh boy, waiting happened today. Call me for here. So the one guy just chopped money. You understand? He will spoil himself with a private jet, right? Myself, now my chairman, I go meet for the. Do you get it? And the guy mentioned.
No, shout out to Tisuba. Correct place. Hot spots.
If you want to network, if you are serious in life, I want to meet people that will move mountains.
Fortunately,
go to
I know.
Sorry.
Fortunately,
no more
I did some. We get some.
Let me finish here. So the guy that came in, right? The guy that came in was like. The guy the middleman, right? He mentioned it like, oh my God, they sell private jets, and they're like, man, dude, you understand? They knew he came to meet his chairman.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what are you talking about, man? You're not on this level.
Run along, man.
Do you understand? And this guy was so offended. He called the guy that that had the jet, his plug, whatever. And he just put the phone on speaker and just dropped it there. I'm like, this is the guy that they started talking. Guy mentioned the price. I don't want to mention the price. Let me make you be like, say,
million coin.
No, but you see the funny thing about this discussion?
The guy priced, they priced the jet.
One guy
for my front. I do not even, the guy that I'm like, what's going on? John, no cap.
You don't the one that said, "Oh man, they go see pay for this hassle."
Jonathan,
but you know the funny thing, you see when the river started this.
No, like he said, club. It was when he mentioned the club.
Yeah.
You know, being in the same club
right
with that
place.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember that moment. I said, no cap, bro.
Yeah.
No cap. Yapu, no
But
be.
I say you see the same thing you're
Come on,
talking
leave.
about. You know, I'm in a group. I mean, it's a sport group.
Egbe.
Is it? No, it's a sport group. It's, I'm an Arsenal fan, anyways.
Come on for
Shout out
Yeah,
to
whatever,
my club. I love
Whatever,
my
whatever,
club.
please.
I'm a Guna. Yeah, let's go. Anyways,
No sports,
so
No,
we're on this group, and the guy, one of our friends in the group, posts a private jet for sale. The very first thing I said, okay, your pool high soy.
Wrong group. That's the right
I
thing.
said,
man.
yeah.
You have
I'm
to
like,
know
okay,
where you are selling your
if
market.
you want rob us, not be here, you go rob us. You know, be private jet, you go use. Bring us soon, come, bring it back home.
You understand?
You also have to know. You also have to know.
So you need to. So apart from having that connect, you need to know when to leverage on your connect. That's where a lot of people lose it, because you have this connect, you know you have this power, and then you take something that is menial to that connect. You understand? You don't wait.
it's
You don't.
unappreciated.
Yeah. You don't
It's
wait.
not
You don't wait.
appreciated,
You don't
right?
wait to take something that is tangible to that connect. People need to understand who their connect is and what they can approach that connect with. So now, if you know the president, for example, or you know the governor, for example, you're not going to take a shawarma joint,
Pure water business.
or pure water business to the governor or to the president. You
You
need
still-
something.
you still can't,
yeah,
though.
So
Finish.
whatever it is you're going to take to them has to be beneficial and worthwhile
To them.
not
to
everybody.
not just to them, because now, you know, quote
So I
unquote, these
understand-
people are public servants. So it has to be beneficial to their
public.
citizens first, the public, the public
Okay,
first.
that's still
And
working
then-
with the
exactly,
governor,
yeah,
right?
quote and unquote.
So it's level. They
it's-
get
yeah.
something will be local government chairman level.
Exactly.
The governor level. It would be stupid for you to take local government chairman level thing.
to the presidency.
It would be stupid to take president level thing to come and meet local government chairman.
You go even foolish to take bond matter come my side.
So in summary, from
just
what
saying.
everywhere you guys have dropped some knowledge today, though. To be honest, as in from what I'm gathering,
Yeah,
right,
we'll be expecting.
I hope everybody watching here picks this right. So from what everybody has said, right, is you need to understand that there's value in connecting.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you put yourself in an environment where your hustle is appreciated.
True. Where you can meet that connect.
Yeah. Oh no. Sorry. That even comes after. That what I just said comes after this. Yeah. You have to have value. You have to have the skill. You have to be able to deliver.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And not expect without, you understand, giving some value, right? So we top that up with being present in all of that, right? Like you said, if you're absent, someone else is taking your hustle.
Straight up.
You need to be straight up
So
as well.
you need to be present in the hustle. Make sure you have value in that network, and be assuring, deliver.
Yeah.
Right.
Word.
Yeah. So I guess
Deliver is important. So.
delivering is like
Because,
that's
I mean,
like the final
your
piece of
referral connect is stronger than your initial connect.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when
True.
you've done that thing for that guy, and the guy is telling you without you being there,
Yeah,
saying,
speaking on behalf
"Bruh,
of you,
you see the thing, man. See, man, I'm a guy. Waiting, they do the guy.
Yeah.
The guy.
You know,
finish
there's
Word of mouth, word of mouth
there's
is
a
very
bad
strong.
adage to it that says where human beings can flow like water. You understand? And where you don't expect you get to, you could just flow in that direction.
So what about people that are entitled in that kind of environment? Yeah, you okay?
People that
you
no,
probably
so,
have.
So
wait,
let me be. So
Okay.
you are looking at it in fact. We have always talked about people we looking up.
right.
Now you're talking about people that look up
Up.
to us.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and being handling.
Boss.
As far as you're concerned, I'm at the hustle, man. I'm doing shit. This is what I'm doing. Blah blah blah. But and you just feel because you are doing this or in whatever capacity.
So
you just assume the
for
people
that,
around
so
you
for
must.
that, right? Like I said, right, out of sight is out of mind. There's something as little as WhatsApp. I'll give you an example. My the guy that does woodwork, my carpenter, right?
Yeah.
Every morning he posts maybe like 3-4 pictures or videos of things that
He's done.
and all of that. So subconsciously,
It catches your attention one way or the other.
it's there in my mind. I don't need to message him. I don't say, "Oh, nice job," blah blah blah. But I've seen it, right?
It lingers.
And then randomly, one of my cousins was like, because he just got married, right? And it's like, "Oh, I need a dining table," blah 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 blah, and everything. And then I just scroll to the guy's thingy because that's who came to my mind, right? I know like other people who do that, but it was the first that came to me because it was fresh in my memory. And I showed him, "Do you like this one? Do you like this one?" "Oh yeah." "Call this guy." Do you understand? Tell him it's from Shodee. He will give you a good discount. And that's it. So it's the same thing in every line of work. I mean, there's some line of work that, I mean, if you do BBL, you know, if you post, say,
Gary no need money.
Look at me.
Gary now. Gary they sell himself.
I know that there's some professions. There's some professions that you're not. It's not illegal, but it's
you're not certified. You're not certified.
Not advert worth.
Yeah, no, you're not allowed. Like if you're a lawyer, you're not allowed to advertise. If you're a hospital, but I mean, nowadays I've been seeing some billboards of hospitals. I'm wondering like, but this is not right.
If you are dying,
you understand what I mean?
I think those are professionals. No, I think those are professionals. So you have to be in a certain profession to advertise. Like if you're
not allowed to.
If you're an optician, you can advertise. But you can't be a general medic and advertise.
You can't be an architect.
It contradicts everything you do. You understand?
Your advert space is limited.
Yeah,
Remember that advert for Jan? Go to. You remember? You know the finish line here. What are you gonna say, dude?
But anyway, yes. I mean, so the truth is, and there's also the fact that I believe in the laws of karma. I believe in like you have to help people so that people will help you.
Facts.
And the thing about connect is that a lot of times, especially when people come and meet you you might not have immediate benefits from that connect. Like you said now, that's they collect 5 naira from directing that guy for your for your person to do the dining table. So the truth about it is there's nothing. So you really
it's called paying it forward.
Exactly. Yeah. So but it's important for that to be done. So it's important.
I was selling bond today. This guy hit my car.
Sorry, I wanted to just drop one nugget before I forget. Sometimes in what you do, especially when you provide service, right? There's something I like to call paying it forward, right? When someone calls in for a favor, right? Your fee is your fee. I always say it, right? So let's say your service fee is 10 naira. And the person says, just do me a favor now, I'll give you 2 naira. What I would do is, and it was Ali Baba that taught me this, so donkey years ago, like 10 years ago, shout out to
you, boy.
You know?
Yeah, it's work.
And Ali Baba says, sometimes you have to do free things for people. If you respect them enough and everything, just do it for them. Do you understand? Because you know that you will need them down the line. You understand? I mean, but some people will want to misuse it. And I'll tell you why it's better for you to do it free so that your price remains your price. Because the second you take that 2 naira as opposed to not that 10 naira, right? So you take that 2 naira, that person now unknowingly will just go to the like, 2 naira, look back me now. You have reduced
so I think that's what accountants call goodwill. Yeah. You don't give goodwill to everybody. You're setting people. Like, for example, shout out to Cabin. If you hang out at Cabin regularly enough, you have goodwill with Cabin. So if you go there, I'm just saying. I haven't said they will not give it to you. I'm just saying. No, but the truth is this: if you're regular enough in a certain space, and they know how credible you are, a lot of them would, most of the time come and say, "Oh, okay, you can get away with certain stuff. It might be in discounts, it might be in credits. You understand? But you have goodwill, and that is why they can give you that. It's still value. It's value at the end of the day. Yeah.
So I think both ways value.
See, we can talk about this till the kingdom come. I mean,
it's unending. Very broad.
It's a very
top
a very connected topic.
But before we round up, I want.
Glass,
oh, sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. Before we round up, we want to let the audience know about Femi. You know those your stupid friends that we were talking about in that Jackpot episode that they want to jackpot and they will not tell you until on the plane. Femi did it to all of us. Femi, F1D, you are mad. F1D, you are mad. So everybody, Femi's in Canada. Femi had jackpot on us.
He's straight out the 6 now.
Do you understand? But no worry.
He's having breakfast with Drake.
Yeah.
I swear.
But I mean,
the guy's in the winter.
Oh, my Femi show me in Park now.
The guy's a white walker.
He's big out to 1D.
The brother has become a white walker.
Femi Lala. You know, Femi, we miss you though, but still, I mean, everybody.
Shout out to Femi.
Shout out to Femi. We'll take a shot.
But we are going
And
to.
also,
We're also going to put Femi on, some of the episodes when time,
We still always record remotely whenever I can. So Femi is gone, but he's not gone. So we'll definitely see more. You know, he's the one that his mouth is bad. But I mean,
gone. I say he's out of town. That God is very
gone too soon.
The brother is out of town.
man's just changed his postal code. That's all.
So I mean, you guys,
No,
this
cool,
episode is one of the dearest to our hearts. To be honest,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys appreciate it, but this is our last episode for the season, and we are definitely going to come back.
Can't believe I was part of
with
it.
a bang.
I swear.
We're making
You
history,
understand?
bro.
Yeah, we're making history. We're going to come back with a bang.
Episode 25.
It's episode 25. The importance.
25, bro.
That's
a long
actually
time
2
coming,
seasons
man.
in one.
Wait,
though.
you guys actually did 24 episodes without me.
Yeah.
You see the importance.
You see,
You
see
did
the
24.
24 episodes.
Save the best for last.
you understand?
Let's call it prison.
With
Let's
you
call
on the
it. Let's call it prison break.
You know,
We promise we won't take too long like Game of Thrones, but I mean, we're back,
no,
you
so-
know,
God
bigger,
forbid.
better.
definitely, yeah. This is our first season of lovely journey so far. I mean, I love these guys. I love you guys. We've
So you know when you tell that guy, I love you, you say thank you.
Please, include no homo, no homo.
Everybody, I love you.
Well done.
It's God. It's
No
God.
homo, no homo, no homo.
It's been a lovely
We go do
journey.
okay.
We've
It's
learned,
amazing.
we are so fired up to evolve, guys. So, well, don't forget, subscribe. I'm gonna pull up a lot of shots.
And
for
you
you
say
guys.
pull out.
No.
Davido.
No, Davido no they pull out.
Hey.
Stamp that like button.
Davido no dey
Punch
pull
that
out.
like button.
But,
Punch the like button.
We are on our
Push
journey.
it.
Push it. Press it.
We're on our journey to over 1,000 on our YouTube, channel. We've gone past 500 mark, you guys. Thank you guys for everybody that's following us. We love you guys. But we're going to be putting out a lot of shots till we're back for the next season. So you guys, please refer us, share our content, subscribe to our YouTube page. Tell us what you want to hear. Comment in the section. You guys comment, man. You guys comment, right? Let us know what you feel. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, right? Refer us, share our stuff, man. Just spread the love, man. We love you guys, right?
Man,
And we're approachable.
The program is called No Wrong Convos, so you can't go
No
wrong.
wrong convos. There's absolutely
go wrong.
nothing we
Yeah.
say, right?
Can't go wrong.
And if you even want to delve into our personalities individually, you can always follow Shodee on every YouTube video we post up. You see our individual social media handles, right? So just follow everybody and be sure to be a valuable follower. The English number, but I did in the mix now. And I know they feel like
English tick.
give us value, I will give you in return, right? Guys, we love you all so much, and we're looking forward to seeing you next season, right? All right, guys, take time. Is that the right way to close it?
Boy, I get me nice night too.
Black.
We'll go from now. We'll go hide. We'll go outside. Go hide. From hide, we'll go cabin.
Yeah, the drink is.
We'll celebrate the.
Bye guys.
Bye, guys.
The last episode.
Love you guys, man. Trust me.
Thank you.
Take care, man. Bye.
Thank you.